how do I know very good English? Yes, I'm from Africa. Hi Laffies. How are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, so today I'll be doing a Q&A, frequently asked questions. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'll be doing this as I do some chores here. I just got home from work. Thank you for all the viewers for always watching my content. Yeah. There are some viewers that usually tell me, oh, your content brings life. Yes. Also, sorry about the heat wave in Uganda. I'm from Uganda in East Africa, and right now the temperatures are so high. Here the temperatures go up to negatives. Yeah, and the other side of the world it's like hot, very warm. I wouldn't say hot, it's warm. Norwegians say it's warm. It's so humid. Yeah, so let's get started. These are the few things that I bought for my Easter shopping. Have you guys started shopping for your Easter wherever you are? And you celebrate Easter? I bought some 5 kilograms of rice. I usually buy Jasmine. It's a good brand here. Yes, it smells nice. It's the equivalent of super in Uganda. Then I bought some vegetables. I bought some cucumber. I bought 1 kiwi. I bought some grapes. I already ate some of these. Here, plastic bags were banned. So you either carry your own shopping bag, reusable shopping bag, or you pay for a plastic bag. They usually ask me, "Pusa?" So that if you say, yeah, tak, means yes, thank you, yes please, or yes thank you, they deduct the price of the plastic bag. So in here, I bought some eggs. Oh, they didn't break here. The yellow yolk, given that I don't have a car or a bicycle, so carrying these things long distances, and you know, trains and trams and buses don't go inside, in like they usually go on the main roads, like via main roads. They don't enter to the grocery store, or there are no motorcycles to take you there. So if you don't have a car here, like it's hard, you have to carry your own stuff. So I have to buy things in bits. I bought some potatoes. I loved these potatoes the last time I bought them. I usually use these plastic bags to put them inside my rubbish bins. Yes, waste management here is so good, and the cameras to see if you're putting rubbish, like rubbish that rots or decomposes with plastic waste. Extra tomatoes. I already had this. The water here is clean. I mean, it's actually recommended that we take the water from the tap rather than taking bottled water. Yeah. At first I was struggling with it when I just come, but now I'm using it. I'll start with the most frequently asked questions from Europe. They usually ask me about my hair, whether it's my hair or it has some extensions. Yeah, I usually tell them the truth, that it has some small extensions. Then they usually wonder whether I'm an asylum seeker or refugee in Norway. And whenever I tell them that I'm not, they usually get surprised. Yeah. So Norway hosts many people that seek asylum. Then they usually ask me about my level of education. They get surprised that I come at a postgraduate level now. They also usually ask me about whether I have a house. And when I tell them, yes, I live in an apartment, they say, oh, how is the apartment? Then I tell them I have a kitchen area, I have a sitting area, bedroom, bathroom, dining space. They usually say, really? Oh, you have a kitchen area of your own? I think what happens here, most of the people here have shared spaces. For example, we can rent a big space that has maybe 3 bedrooms. We rent it 3 people, so that each of us takes 1 bedroom. Then we have a common sitting area and a common kitchen. Yeah, that's what usually happens here. The other commonly asked question is, what brings me to Norway? If I have a job, what kind of job? So what brings me to Norway is, ta-da! I got a job in some organization. I don't take it for granted. Yeah, so I'm here in Norway for work. Yes. The other thing that people usually ask me here, how do you speak very good English if you're from Africa? Oh, in Africa, we are usually taught in English throughout our lives. The other thing is, they ask me, related to my job, they usually ask whether the work I'm doing is to support Africa, whether I'm working on a project to support Africa. Then I usually respond to this with, this is the work I'm doing supports both Africa and Norway. Yeah, and they usually ask, do you work for the Red Cross? Red Cross here, it supports the humanitarian sector. It supports people that seek asylum, the forcibly displaced people. Then they usually ask me, where are you originally from? Then whenever I tell them that I'm from Uganda, the quick question is, oh, do you know Idi Amin? Which is so interesting. I was asked this question in Switzerland as well. When I told people that I'm from Uganda, they usually ask me, oh, do you know Idi Amin? Yeah, because of the popular Idi Amin movies, films. Yeah, or they usually ask me, have you watched Avatar? Is it called Avatar? Yeah, I think it's a movie about the Rwenzori region of Uganda. And they really, if you're from Uganda, have you watched Avatar? They really get surprised that I haven't. Well, I've heard of Avatar, but I've not watched it. I mean, yeah, but I need to watch it. Then they usually get surprised, really, really get surprised that I have a reputable job. They usually ask me whether I'm here to study. There is a time I was seated near this old man. He was about 70 years old. He's about 70 years old. We were seated together in a train, and immediately he sat next to me. He asked me, oh, how are you? Are you a student? I'm like, no, I'm not a student. I work here. Then he asked me, where do you work? Do you work in Oslo or Germany? I told him I work in 2 cities for now. Yeah. Then he was like, oh, what's your level of education? And like postgraduate. Where did you study from? From Uganda. Then after a while, he asked me, oh, do you stay with your family here? I told him no. Then he was like, oh, so do you have a job that will sustain you for all the time you'll be here until you go back to Africa? I was like, yes. Then the most frequently asked question from Africa, from Uganda, East Africa, is, can you please get me a job? Is it possible for you to get me a job abroad? I'm like, I wish it was really possible. Yeah, but for now it's just like the start. I'm just settling in. I can't really hope. I mean, even if I had to support someone to come here, it could be tricky because I'm not yet a citizen of Europe or Norway. So it's like quite tricky. The second one is, can you get me a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or boyfriend? Yeah, well, that one is a tricky one. But yeah, it is so tricky. It is so tricky. I don't know how to answer it right now. Maybe you get your husband or wife from me. I don't know. In one way or the other. The other commonly asked question here in Europe is, where are you originally from? I'm like, I'm from Africa. Then they say, oh, sorry, the weather is so bad right now, but it's gonna get better. Everyone is trying to explain weather to me and how I shouldn't worry and how it's getting better, it's getting warmer. Oh, don't worry, it's a little dark, it's still snowing, but it will get better in a short while, in a few weeks. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Then they usually ask me, how are you finding Norway? How are you finding Norway? I tell them, oh, Norway, it's cool. The systems are so good. There is soft life here. Yeah, there is soft life, according to me. I have vacuum cleaners, I have cookers, I have dishwashers, there is the washing machines. There is warm water in the bathroom, 24/7, 366. There is Wi-Fi in the house, 24/7, 366. Electricity never chucks. I have electricity all the time. Water never chucks. I can take water from the tap anytime. What else? There is a lot of soft life here compared to Africa, but the weather. I wasn't used to the weather in the beginning, but right now I'm getting more and more used to the weather, and I'm okay. I'm more comfortable, and thankfully, like, it's getting warmer and less darker. Yeah, the day is now longer, which is good. But the transport systems are expensive, my friend. A journey from where I sleep to Oslo costs me about 139 coronas by train. A journey of 40 minutes, 139 coronas is about 14 US dollars. I was like, what? Yeah, groceries are so expensive. As we complete our Q&A, let me see. We're thinking kaunga or posho or ugali. I've forgotten how they call it in South Africa. I need to remember. Yeah. So can you imagine that a kilogram of posho here, kilogram of maize flour or corn flour is about, let me see. It's about $5 here. About between $4 and $5. 1 kilogram. I was like, what? So we shall quickly make our kaunga, our posho, our ugali. The other question is, do you fear pets? When someone has a pet, maybe a dog, and they're approaching towards me, or if it enters my office, they usually ask me whether I fear, and I say yes. I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home, my home, my home. I laugh when I look at you, Uganda. Yeah, so making kaunga, the posho, reminds me of my home. Let me warm the sauce. Yeah. So the sauce I usually use a tiny pan. Yeah. To this sauce, I usually add some peanut paste, or call it peanut paste. Yeah, or simsim paste. Yeah. Yeah, so we shall add, today we're adding simsim. Just about 1 tablespoon. The other commonly asked question is, it's very hard to get visas to come to Norway. For most African countries, how was I able to quickly get a visa? It was somehow easy for me, given that, number one, I had employment here, I had accommodation, I ticked all the boxes of the requirements they needed from me. Then number two, I don't know that this matters or it doesn't matter. I had been to Europe before, in the Schengen area, yeah, specifically. I was in Switzerland. I also went to France last year. I think those are some of the reasons why it was easy for me to get here. Again, I don't take this for granted. I'm really grateful to God. I have a friend of mine. He's from Congo. He's been staying here for the past 20 years. He told me that he has relatives in Uganda, my country, that have been there for over 20 years waiting for visas to come to Europe. And I was like, what? Who else loves eating this? The last commonly asked question is whether I'm on a spouse visa here. Yeah, that's the most commonly asked question from Uganda. And no, it's a big no. I already answered this. I came here because of my job. Yeah, so guys, thank you very much for watching. Up to this, welcome for dinner. Dinner is served.